Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome inside Sullivan Arena as we continue this coverage of the St. Anselm College Invitational here at STAwhockey120107, powered by the PAC Network. My name is Ben Ultra, bringing you the final game of this weekend's Invitational, featuring the host St. Anselm College Hawks against the visiting College of St. Benedict Blazers. The Hawks won their first game of the Invitational yesterday, 5-2 over the College of St. Scholastica. The Blazers fell 6-3 to Salve Regina, and they'll look to rebound today against a very youthful and talented Hawks squad. Joining me for the first period of this afternoon's broadcast is Assistant Sports Information Director here at the St. Anselm College, Griffin Spencer. And Griffin, we saw the Hawks' varied offensive talents on display yesterday, and they're going to look to come out firing again early against the Blazers.
There's no question about that, Ben. We have very balanced scoring this season. I've seen it from the press box downstairs the entire year so far. And last night it was certainly on display with 5 different goal scorers.
Very impressive against a good St. Scholastica team that's getting votes in the D3USCHO.com poll. 10 different players for the Hawks registering at least 1 point. Tiffany Herron, Allie Zappin, and Courtney Winters each with a goal and an assist. So they'll look to turn around and get another win against the College of St. Benedict Blazers today, who come in shorthanded like the St. Scholastica Saints yesterday. Just 15 skaters today for the Blazers. So could be a tough day for the visitors. Let's get you the starting lineup first for the College of St. Benedict Blazers. 3-7-2 overall, 1-3-2, 6th place in the MIAC Conference. First on defense, Rachel Wells, a 5'6 senior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. That's a mouthful right there. Also back on defense, Christine Broderson, a 5'8 sophomore from Shakopee, Minnesota. Up front, Megan Brettingen, a 5'4 freshman from Mora, Minnesota. Allie O'Brien, a 5'4 freshman from Stillwater, Minnesota. And Allison Nielsen, a 5'4 sophomore from Alexandria, Minnesota. In goal today for the Blazers, Jenna Trout, a 5'6 freshman from St. Cloud, Minnesota. 7 games started this year, 2-4-0 overall record, 212 goals against average, and a .916 save percentage. The Blazers coached by Jennifer Kranz in her first season, assisted by Kelly Meyerhofer and Abby Kephart. Starting lineup today for the host St. Anselm Hawks, 7-4-0 overall with a win yesterday, 4-4-0, 4th place in the ECAC Women's East Conference. On defense, Franny Nicholson gets the nod, a 5'4 freshman out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Joining her on defense, Angela Zhevnik, a 5'6 senior out of Greenfield, Wisconsin. The forward line looks like this: Rosemarie Giaruso, a 5'2 junior from Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Catherine Picarello, a 5'2 junior from West Roxbury, Massachusetts. And Courtney Winters, a 5'1 sophomore from Swampscott, Massachusetts. In goal today for the Hawks, getting her first start of the season and first career start, Janice Michaud, a 5'1 freshman from Westwood, Massachusetts, as Amy Zappin gets a well-deserved day off.
That's for sure. Amy Zappin has carried so much of the workload for this team this season. No other goalie, like you said, has suited up, been out there for a game other than Amy. So it'll be interesting to see her tested out there. It's really our first look at her.
Zappin has played all 660 minutes prior, so Michaud will get a look today. Played at Westwood High School prior to a post-grad season at Cushing Academy, and also a soccer and lacrosse player. So Michaud, an overall athlete, going to look to shut down the Blazers offense today. The Hawks coached by Kirsten Matthews in her 4th season, 41-21-2 overall, assisted by Carolyn Pilch. We're going to step aside for the national anthem and return with the opening face-off. You're watching St. Anselm Women's College Hockey at STAwhockey120107, powered by the PAC Network. All right, set to go here on an unseasonably warm Saturday afternoon from Manchester, New Hampshire, but nice and chilly inside the rink here at Sullivan Arena. And
nothing new there, right?
Yeah,
no.
St. Anselm getting ready to go against the College of St. Benedict. This is the second all-time meeting between the two schools. They met a year ago in Minnesota on a road trip that the Hawks took around this same time of year. They took on St. Scholastica and St. Benedict on the road, and coming away with victories in both those games. An overtime win at St. Scholastica against the Blazers, a 4-1 victory for the Hawks, as the Blazers went just 1 of 6 on the power play and were outshot for the game 38-13. Imagine St. Anselm looking for a similar effort here on their home ice.
That's absolutely correct. One thing to keep in mind, though, you look at St. Benedict's overall record, not necessarily the best record of any opponent St. Anselm has played this year. But, however, these teams from Minnesota, they can play some hockey out there. So that's something to keep in mind going into this game for St. Anselm. Never take your opponent lightly.
Well, the Midwest, absolutely a hockey hotbed, and the Blazers, they have struggled a little bit this year. They were picked 9th in the MIAC poll, and going up against some real tough competition out there. Almost everyone on their roster from Minnesota, and as we mentioned earlier, coming in just 15 skaters. They actually have scratched a couple that were on their roster for today's game, so coming in a little shorthanded, and St. A's with their full complement yet again are going to look to use that depth to their advantage. St. A's wearing the white and dark blue sweaters. Here's Rosemary Girusso breaking into the slot, kicking it toward Winters. Quick wrist shot and a save by Trout underneath. Winters gathers again. Another wrist shot, another save. Rebound loose. Girusso sticks it away as the Hawks putting the Blazers under some early pressure. St. Benedict wearing the bright red and white. Pass tipped in. It'll be sent out of the zone by Amy Ernst. Zhevnik brings it back into her own end. Zhevnik will start up the rush, tries to split a pair of St. Benedict players, and looked like Zhevnik or one of the Blazers lost her stick. It went flying off to the sideboards. Hawks will clear it in from center and get the first change of the game. Back on it, Alexandra Carlson moving it up. It's stopped at the blue line, though, by Marley Coral, who sends it around the boards. On after it is Broderson, gets tied up, and an early penalty coming here against the Hawks. This will be on Michelle Lacombe, who sent Broderson Spain, and still laying on the ice, a little slow to get up there down in the corner. So Lacombe heads to the box less than a minute into the game, and the Blazers will get their first power play opportunity of the afternoon. Lacombe's fourth penalty of the year. See what this one is officially for. Might be for a trip, as Broderson still being tended to down in the corner. The St. Benedict trainer out to have a look. And this would be a huge loss for the Blazers. Broderson, one of the key players on the back end for the College of St. Benedict, and again, facing a lack of depth coming into the game. Just 15 skaters, you'd hate to see them go down to 14.
You look at the blue lines up here from our perch, and you see the St. Anselm taking up the entire blue line with their starting lineups, and then you look over to the left and you see St. Benedict. So definitely this will test their depth even further, as it has been tested this East Coast trip.
Yeah, now the St. Anselm trainer out to have a look at Broderson as well, and really didn't seem like an especially hard hit from Lacombe along the boards, just a kind of an awkward hit, and Broderson left in an awkward position, and
that's for sure.
Those are sometimes end up being some of the more dangerous plays, really.
That's true. When anything, especially lower body, it just doesn't take much. A little touch of the stick, any sort of contact, lower half of the body, you got to worry about that. It didn't look like a head hit or any sort of upper body from our vantage point. So
and obviously no intent involved or anything like that. It looks like Broderson is sitting up right now and talking to the trainers. That's, of course, a good sign. And so
one characteristic of this hockey team, Kirsten Matthews' squad, is that they're very disciplined. You don't see too many silly penalties committed by the Hawks. So like I said, she's skating up to the bench right now. Everything looks okay, but I'm sure they'll be keeping an eye on her throughout the remainder of this game.
Yeah, Broderson able to skate herself over to the bench, which is obviously a good sign. Hopefully, again, maybe just a little bit of an awkward hit and something that she'll be able to bounce back from. Either way, the Blazers are going to end up on the man advantage here. A 2-minute minor penalty to Michelle Lacombe, and an early power play opportunity for the Blazers. They are 7 of 47 with the man advantage on the season, just a 15% conversion rate. St. Anselm, conversely, on the penalty kill, 37 of 42, 88%, and they held off St. Scholastica on all their power play opportunities yesterday. Here's a good shot block by Bridget Sylvester at the top of the face-off circle, and Sylvester clears the zone with a backhand out to center. Picking it up there is Caitlin Bounds, trying to move it up the boards. Coral intercepts and knocks it back to the CSB blue line. Grask up to center ice, taken there by Catherine Pollock, tied up by Sylvester as this St. A's penalty kill, quick to pounce on the puck. Over the blue line with it, moving off to the half wall is Wells. Back to the point, Pollock. Wells again curling to the dot, a wrist shot knocked down loose in front. St. A's able to clear it out of trouble. Pollock trying to steer around. It's knocked off her stick by Coral. Moving it further along, here is Ernst again working the back of the net. Moves it along the corner and able to connect with Grask. Petrie and now Tatu. Coral and Pollock go to the backboards. Still in minute 5 on the penalty to Lacombe as the Blazers work the puck. Cross-ice pass, one-time shot a little bit late coming off the stick of Wells. And she'll regather the puck here at the left point. Hard charge by Sylvester. Wells moves it along the boards. Pollock there to pick it up, working on the backhand. Pollock all the way into the near corner, dumps it off for Grass, coming back up to the point. Bounds goes across. The pass in front. Michaud kicks it away to the corner. Tatu tries to go up the near side and out. It's held in, though, by CSB. Still 35 seconds remaining as the Blazers look to change out on the fly. Coral will go long distance out to center. It's knocked down there, though, by Alexandra Carlson. Reverses it back to Mara Cole. Cole looking to start up the rush, but some good pressure being put on by the sophomore Winners. Here's Giarusso with a steal, and it was into the offensive end. Almost deked her way around Cole, but Cole was able to take the puck. Down to 10 seconds left on the penalty of the Lacombe. Michaud steers it up for Jacqueline Bouchy, around for Andy Foss, the sophomore Minnesota native, one of the few Midwest players on this St. Anselm team. So Foss may be getting a good look at some former opponents in this Blazer squad. Bouchy plays it hard off the boards. Winners banks it out of the zone as Lacombe out of the box, and back to even strength 5-on-5. A good penalty kill there by the Hawks. A lot of possession for the Blazers, but not a lot of quality scoring chances.
Very composed defensive opportunity. Very composed defensive play by the Hawks. Not a lot of frantic movements. They knew what they wanted to do, and they executed on that first
Lacombe ties up Wells through center ice, is able to win the puck back. Here is Allie Zappin on the ice for the first time. Plays it across to the freshman Nicholson. Over the blue line through center, dumps it into the offensive end. Almost went off the official. Here's Zappin, a quick shot. Oh, it almost caught the far side post and banked in. Zhevnik to the middle looking for a redirect from Zappin, but too many Blazers there. Here's Winters to the high slot, backhanding it towards the net, but it's kicked away by Wells. Wells out there for a lot of ice time so far in this first period. Winters trying to take it away from Cole in the corner. They get tied up. Wells comes in to sweep it away. Tiffany Heron there battling away. The freshman has been outstanding this year for the Hawks, leading the team in scoring. Piccarello moves it down the boards for Winters. Centering pass, kicked away. Moving back up to the point. Nicholson contains it there, cycles it back down. Piccarello off the wall, trying to get it through to Giarusso. Piccarello to the center of the high slot. Winters can't turn around with it and put the shot away. Too many layers there again for the Blazers, but more good puck possession from St. Anselm, Griffin.
Blazers stacking the front of the top of the slot there with just put bodies in front of the net, and just too many sticks in the way for anybody to get off a shot there.
Yeah, maybe taking a lesson from the St. Scholastica game yesterday where St. Anselm really owned the front of the net, and that's how they got the majority of their goals against the Saints.
Exactly.
Icing call coming here against the Blazers as they send it in. This will allow the Hawks to change the unit, and you get the sense that the Blazers, second straight day with a game and a shortened roster, maybe a little bit of tired legs out there.
That's for sure.
That top line of Winters, Piccarello, and Giarusso almost just skating around people.
Exactly. You think of those three players, you think of speed and explosive speed at that. So it's good to see that early from the Hawks.
Here is Bounds trying to move it along the boards as the Blazers look to clear. Pollock brings it across the blue line. Pass intended for Ernst, intercepted by Zhevnik. She plays it off the boards in front of the Blazer bench. It comes all the way back into the Hawk end. Tatu to Coral. Reverses the ice. Goes over to Ciara Petri. Brings it across center. The cross corner dump. Deflected down by Ernst. Coral races in after it, and that is something these Hawk defenders are not shy about doing, getting up and into the offensive flow of the play. We see that a lot, especially with Zhevnik and Coral.
Yep, exactly. Molly Coral can do a lot for your team. She's a sniper as well. She can elevate the puck from very far away. 3
goals and 6 assists on the year for the senior from Georgetown, Massachusetts, enjoying another strong campaign with St. Anselm. Here is Foss from the left point, moving down the boards, working in tandem with Lacombe. Now Foss peels away, looking for some help. Foss steers it toward the net. It goes wide as Lacombe took a spill behind the play. She and Cole both went down, and Lacombe a little slow to get up. Here's Bouchy, a hard shot, looking for a redirect. Lacombe's going to head off toward the bench. Very slowly here, Foss steps up. Lacombe sends it in, and that's going to allow her a little more time to get back to the bench. So Lacombe, after delivering a hard hit to Broderson early in the first period, takes one of her own. Zhevnik over to Nicholson. Up through center, couldn't connect with Piccarello. It's stolen away by Nielsen. Giarusso takes it right back. Bounds tries to move it forward. Nicholson spinning away from Nielsen. Tries to move it up the boards, and again, Bounds comes forward to challenge. Piccarello wraps it across to Zhevnik. Winters tries to backhand it up the boards. No help, though. Piccarello comes steaming through, loose puck, and I think it got caught up in Piccarello's jersey. We're going to get a face-off at center ice here. 13:31 to go in the first period. No score between St. Anselm and the College of St. Benedict.
Going back to your talk about the Hawks defensemen, you look at the roster as it's currently constituted. Franny Nicholson, Minnesota native, they brought her in to kind of complement the offensive forwards that you have out there. Franny can certainly dial it up herself, but I know that Coach Matthews really likes her poise on defense.
Now, Nicholson really has been a tried and tested defender. Still looking for her first point on the season. Thought she had it yesterday on an assist of one of the first St. Anselm goals, but ended up getting credited to Angela Zhevnik. Here's Giarusso with a steal at the blue line, dumping it in. The Hawks elect to get a full change out here. So Nicholson getting plenty of playing time here, but obviously a lot of experience on the back end. Tatu, Zhevnik, Coral, all seniors.
Andy Foss also stepping up in some big games this season.
And Foss and Bushi, sophomore, is going to be counted on to kind of lead the next wave of talented defensive players here at St. Anselm. Under 13 minutes to go in the period. Blazers dump it in. Tatu, one of the aforementioned seniors, picks it up in the near corner. Elects to reverse it around to Coral. Back past Tatu. Here's the freshman Sabrina Ianetti out there for the first time today. Steers around a defender over the blue line, lost an edge, and just nudges the puck further along as the Hawks get a change. So good job by Ianetti of sticking with it and almost able to create an opportunity for herself. Here's Lacombe back out there. Centering pass almost got it all the way through to Zappin, but it was taken away by Wells. The defenseman looks to start up the rush, but Lacombe right on her back, and Wells forced to dump the puck in. Here is Bushi playing behind Michaud. Bushi, the quick stop, reverses direction. The puck goes through Foss and allows Ernst to take over. Pollock tries to reverse it the other way. Foss steals, banks it off the boards. Lacombe off the boards and out of the zone. Back with it is Cole. Foss trying to bring it back, but it's offsides as Lacombe had not yet vacated. So a whistle will stop play with 11:45 to go in the first period and a face-off just outside the Blazer end.
It's also good to see Michelle Lacombe right back after her little injury scare that she had. Neil Duval, head trainer for St. Anselm College, took a look at her and gave her the clearance to head right back out there.
And just a little hard bump being taken down in front of the crease, and that's where those kind of hits will happen.
That's why you play hockey, right?
That's right. Hawks send it in. It's taken over by Bounds. She goes the opposite corner. Grass tries to get it out of the zone. Zhevnik keeps it in. Her dump is taken over by Bounds, and the Blazers looking for transition here. Grass over the blue line to Pollock. Tied up from behind by Piccarello. Beautiful back checking there by the sophomore forward, Piccarello. Able to shut that offensive opportunity down. Winters with a little self-pass trying to work around Bounds. She's a pretty big defenseman back there. 5'7" from Anchorage, Alaska. Blazers clear the zone once again. The hard clear out. They wave off the icing as Nicholson back to play the puck. The freshman quickly up to Caitlin O'Brien for the Hawks, moving it along the left wing boards and into the offensive end. Trickling back to get it is Carlson, reversing it over for Broderson back out there, so that's good to see her back after going down hard early in the first. Tie up behind the net. O'Brien able to win the puck, trying to establish position, but she loses an edge and goes down. Now it's Allie O'Brien trying to dig it out for the Blazers. Here's Lacombe with a little steal, trying to move it through to Sylvester. Scramble for the puck through the slot. It goes into the corner. Broderson is there for the Blazers as Caitlin O'Brien again goes down for the Hawks. Lacombe again in hard on the forecheck. Zappin jumps off the bench, tried to get into the rush, but the Blazers able to clear. Here is Allie O'Brien for the Blazers. Her pass deflected up into the air. Caitlin O'Brien turns it back the other way for St. A's. Trickles the puck through center. Tatu came forward. Zappin rescues it back to Coral. Off the boards, trying to get it through to Heron into the offensive end. Heron with a burst of speed going after it. She and Wells meet on the boards. Here's Zappin with a little steal, trying to move in front, but it rolls off her stick. Bushi to Heron in the corner. Back along the boards, playing it away. Giarusso will be first to it. Back to the point for Foss. Moving it down along the wall. Giarusso tried to glove it down, but it rides the dasher behind her. Heron tries to leave it off. Giarusso again back to the point. Foss winds up. Slap shot saved by Trout, and she'll hold for the faceoff.
And who's in front of the net right on that shot? Rosemarie Giarusso. She got the pass back to the point. Where does she go? Right to the top of the crease. She knows what she has to do to get the goals, and she's proven it.
Trying to create a lot of traffic in front there. A good slapper by Foss, but Trout had a good look at it and hasn't been tested too often. The Hawks have had good possession in the offensive end, but they've not been able to get too many tries on net. Trout picking up the save there.
Lots of clogged lanes. Not many opportunities for the Hawks so far.
Here is Amy Ernst coming out with the puck. We've crossed the midway point of the first period. Still no score, and the Blazers playing the Hawks tough here in the first period. They were even through the first yesterday with Salve Regina 2-2 before ceding a 6-3 setback against the Seahawks. Here is Picarello turning it back up to the point. Bushi moves it across to Foss, winding up a wrister this time. It goes intentionally wide. Ionetti looking to pick it up back there. Out there playing with Winters and Picarello, so a little bonus ice time after that good opening shift from Ionetti. Held in at the point. Here's Winters trying to reverse direction. Taken away, though, by Bounds. She moves it along the boards. Over there to help out is Ionetti. Foss moving down the wall as well. Bounds with a little bit of space here. Across to Cole. Lost the puck. Just took her eye off it. Winters driving the centering feed. Shot by Ionetti. Saved by Trout, and she covers for the faceoff. Beautiful centering feed by Winters, and Ionetti robbed point blank.
All around good play by Courtney Winters there in the left wing corner. To pick the puck off. Immediately knew what she wanted to do with it. Best thing is having confidence in your teammates. She knew her teammate was going to be there and made a nice play to get a shot on net.
Quick draw here, won by the Blazers. It's handed back off to Broderson, who goes for a spill courtesy of Petrie. Moved up to Brettingen, who we haven't heard much from so far in this first period. And now it'll be Nielsen moving it down. Her wrist shot blocked in front. Jevnik with a good position there. Caitlin O'Brien trying to leg it out of the zone. It's held in by the Blazers. Nielsen tries to turn it up the other way. Petrie back to win it. Backhands it out of the zone and looks to start up the Hawk rush. Petrie gets to center, sends it in, and the Hawks peel back for a change. Carlson picks it up. Nielsen taps it forward. Jevnik seals her off, though. Jevnik reverses around Nielsen, trying to get it back past the blue line, and does. Terrific individual effort there by Jevnik. Back across, it's now Broderson for the Blazers. Hard forecheck from Herron. Trying to poke that puck away. Did. Broderson tied up again. Now Zappin there in support for the Hawks. Trying to drive onto the net. Cole back there, and Herron again swoops in to take it away. The freshman Herron into the corner. Centering pass. Jevnik couldn't knock it down, and a chance for transition for the Blazers. Nicholson trying to get back. It's whacked over to Gorman on the other side. Gorman in the faceoff circle. Couldn't center it through. A good back-checking play there by Nicholson. Had to make a play to break off a potential 2-on-1.
If you're going to have offensive defensemen, they have to jump in on the play on that. It looked like Angela Zevnik kind of got caught deep in the offensive zone there.
Yeah, we saw that lead to a couple of St. Scholastica goals yesterday and almost led to a Blazer goal here, but a good job by Nicholson, able to angle off Gorman and block that pass attempt across to the other side. Here's Picarello to seal. Centering pass just off the stick of Coral. Giarrusso racing back to cover up the vacant point area, and she's able to keep it in the zone. Coral trying to get it back across to Picarello, who was open in the slot just a little too far in front. Picarello centers it. Giarrusso shot kicked wide. Trout got a pad to it. That one was going to be a little bit off the post anyway. Coral able to hold it in again at the point. Winters redirect, score! Well, just a simple little play from the point. Molly Coral sending it toward the net. Winters in front. Got the stick to the puck and redirected it past Jenna Trout. And the Hawks lead 1-0 with 6:45 to go in the first.
Keeping it simple seems to be the name of the game for the Hawks so far this afternoon. Not too many crazy plays. Just simple wrist shot on net. Let the person at the top of the crease tip it home. And that's what we just saw right there.
So Winters a goal for a second straight game. Her 8th of the year, 25th of her career. Molly Coral picks up the assist, 7th of the season, and 42nd career assist for the senior. They do credit the goal to Winters. I wasn't positive that there was a tip there, but based on Trout's reaction, seems certain like there was a redirect, and really almost no one in front to check Winters. The Blazers had pretty much assured themselves of a clear. Here's Ionetti with a burst of speed. Petrie coming late. Ionetti, her shot blocked in front. Good position there from Broderson. And now Broderson muscles it out of the zone, back up to center. Bushi cuts off Brettingen's space. Foss to Bushi. Sends it up the boards. And no one there for the Hawks, and they elect to change out with 6 minutes to go. So Winters from Coral opens the scoring. A little less than 14 minutes into this first period. And the Hawks leading the Blazers 1-0.
With that goal, Winters now takes the team lead in points from Tiffany Herron with 14.
And
one more than Tiffany Herron, who held the lead the majority of the season so far.
And always impressive when your top two scorers are a sophomore and a freshman. That
brings a smile to Kirsten Matthews' face.
Bodes well for the future.
Yes, it does.
Here's Pollock with a steal, a shot, and a stick save by Michaud. That's the first time she's been tested today by the Blazers.
Exactly.
Hawks able to clear the zone. Bounds back on it at the blue line. Near steal from Herron. A turnover, though. And Lacombe tried to play it forward. Loose puck to the blue line. Here is Gorman trying to go 1-on-2 against Nicholson and Jevnik. That's not going to work out. Jevnik with the loose puck. starting up the St. Anselm attack. Zhevnik with a burst of speed, passes all the forwards, and goes over the blue line. Zhevnik going 1-on-5 right now as the Hawks change behind the play. Zhevnik still digging away at the puck as Wells goes down to one knee. Now Winters joining as well. Blazers gain control. Gorman trying to move it up. Pinching down from the point is Piccarello. Loose puck to the top of the blue line. Giarrusso dives to try and keep it in. Now Piccarello lunges forward, but the Blazers still able to work it out. Carlson dumps it in from center, and CSB gets a badly needed change. Winters across. Piccarello, a nice little touch. Gets herself into space. Piccarello over the blue line, trying to get a wrist shot. Good poke check, though, by Pollock to knock it off the stick. Back out to center. Coral across for Giarrusso. Plenty of space there, but the junior elects to dump it in, and St. Anselm wants another change. Here is Cole behind her own net. Pressure from Coral. Backhanded out to center. Tatu turns it up the other way. Petrie with a burst of speed down the left wing boards. Petrie a backhand deflected away by Wells. Now Sylvester turns with it in the corner. Centering pass stuck in the skates of Wells. Turned over. Petrie still in the backhand in front. Loose puck. Backhand shot. Save Trout. Rebound still loose. Petrie trying to gather another shot. Kicked away by a defender. And the Blazers able to survive a rush there by the Hawks. Out to the point. Tatu straight away. Wrist shot deflected down in front. Here is Ionetti trying to turn away with it. Backhands it down into the corner as the Hawks look to change on the fly while still keeping possession. Wells, some tired legs out there, can't get to the loose puck. Here's Lacombe, high slot, wrist shot, saved by Trout, and she hangs on with the glove.
If Petrie knew if she had her bearings with her on that play, lots of traffic in the crease, kind of confusing. If she had that 1 second to look down and see the puck, she had an easy goal. But to the credit of the Blazers' defenses, immediately recognized the puck, made the play, kind of settled things down for the time being.
Yeah, the goaltender down, everyone getting back in the crease, and that went off the skate of a defender, did Petrie's shot. Here's Foss from the point. Trout another catch and a save and another face-off coming.
Yep, several shots for the Hawks on that last sequence right there. Had a chance to go in, but sometimes bounces don't go your way.
And you can see the tired legs coming into effect as the Hawks able to maintain possession while still in the zone. Wells had to really struggle just to get from behind the net into the corner to go after that loose puck, and the Hawks were able to beat her to it easily. So fresh legs out there now for the Blazers as Ernst dumps it into the corner. Foss is first to it, tries to get it around Ernst. Amy able to seal her off. Ernst still with it, tries to move it up the boards. Herron is there to take it away. She clears the zone. Lacombe trying to get it out to center, but it's whacked back in by Broderson. And I believe it was Grasky who was offsides. So that'll stop us with 3:01 to go in the first period. Hawks have one, very close to having two, as it was Winters from Coral about 4 minutes ago that put St. A's on top, and then Ciara Petrie almost picked one up about 30 seconds ago with a scramble in front of the net. Here's Broderson being bothered by Winters in her own end. Broderson evades the check of Piccarello, and now it's Bjerke playing it up ahead to Brenna Gould. Gorman turns it back the other way, crosses the blue line. Giarrusso a good back check there, bothering Gorman. Loose puck bouncing around. Giarrusso the dive to get it out to center. Winters looking for the steal. Giarrusso tries to kick it forward, then sends it into the offensive end. Piccarello comes forward as her two line mates change up behind the play. Bounds plays it across. Zhevnik can't hold it in. Nicholson steps forward. She'll backhand it back across the blue line. Bounds looking to play it across. Spins away from the check of Nicholson and rings it into the offensive end. Michaud slows it up. Zhevnik overskated it. Now picks up the puck. Zhevnik spins away from the forecheck of Nielsen as she takes a spill. Lacombe with a little deke. Plays it forward. Zappin. Off the boards, a little self-pass going into Carlson's corner. Zappin trying to play the puck away. Herron in there to help out. Herron with some space. Backhand feed in front. Lacombe shot and a save by Trout. Nice little combination work by the forward line. Lacombe, Zappin, and Herron. And Lacombe with an opportunity there. A pile of St. Benedict players as Lacombe still battling for the puck. Backhands it forward, but Wells will bring it out of the zone. Plays ahead to Nielsen, who dumps it into the corner again. It's all the Blazers can do just to get it out of their zone and get fresh players on the ice.
It's exactly what they need to do to be successful today, that's for sure.
Now, not able to establish any sort of offensive rhythm here in the first period. Broderson has it tied up in her skates. Petrie comes in, almost took it away. They do get it back out to center. Nicholson sends it across to Zhevnik. Backhands it off the board. Sylvester trying to play it forward. Ernst back in her own end. Looks like Petrie lost a glove there. Here is Grasky moving forward down along the wall. Zhevnik knocks it off her stick. Sylvester over on the backhand. Comes up the left wing board. Sylvester with space, carries out of the zone, up to center, dumps it in, and heads back off for a change. Trout slows it up there as we get to the final 45 seconds of the first period. Cole pressured by Coral. Loose puck up to the blue line, held in by Giarusso. Good stick reach there to keep it there. Off the boards and out with it comes Broderson. Tatu sends it back in. St. Ace tags up, looking for more with 30 seconds left. Out to the point, Tatu holds, moves it along the boards. Giarusso centered it off the back of the apron. That took a funky bounce off to the corner. And Bounds able to get it back up towards center. Tatu holds ground though and sends Piccarello back in. Piccarello has Winter, centering pass through her stick. Another centering feed looking for Piccarello. Broken up though. Nielsen can't turn it away. Giarusso turns. Quick slap shot deflected away to the corner. 3 seconds left to go. Nielsen will hold on to it, and that will do it for the first period. Well, a tough one for the Blazers. Lots of puck possession by the Hawks. The Blazers probably a little bit lucky that it's only 1-0.
The Hawks definitely controlled possession the majority of the first period, but you also have to give some credit where credit is due. The Blazers really showed that they could at least hang in there so far in this game.
Now, Courtney Winters from Molly Coral, the only goal of the game so far, and after 20 minutes, St. Anselm leads the College of St. Benedict 1-0. We'll step aside, have second half action when we come back. You're watching St. Anselm Women's College Hockey at STAnselmHawks.tv, powered by the PAC Network. Just about ready for the start of the second period here from Sullivan Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Ben Alcher and Griffin Spencer here with you at STAnselmHawks.tv, powered by the PAC Network. A 1-0 lead for the Hawks as we start the second period, taking on the College of St. Benedict Blazers. The lone goal coming at 13:50 of the first period. Courtney Winters tipping home a Molly Coral shot from the point, also assisted by Rosemarie Giarusso. So Winters taking over the point lead, as you mentioned, Griffin, from the outstanding freshman Tiffany Herron. Winters' 8th goal of the year. For Coral, it is her 7th assist. Giarusso, her 7th as well, as she continues to put an assault on the St. Anselm record book. Now 82 points on the year, 6 away from third place overall.
That's right. She's really, this year, she's kind of transformed herself. She was always the one who you could count on to score that goal, but luckily this year she has a nice complement of players to kind of, she doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting as much this year, so she's given out more assists as a result.
Well, Herron and Winters taking over some of the scoring load, and Nick and I touched on this a little bit during yesterday's game against St. Scholastica. Really, Kirsten Matthews bringing in kind of one top-flight player every year. You look at the junior, Giarusso, the sophomore, Winters, and now the freshman, Herron, and you only wonder, what's in store next year if another highly touted freshman can come into the St. Anselm team and you add all 4 of those players into the mix, how dangerous this team really can be.
And when speaking with Kirsten Matthews about the way she constructs her team, I know that she doesn't like to put a lot of pressure on freshmen. So when a freshman such as Tiffany Herron comes out and performs as she does on a seemingly night in and night out basis, that, not only brings a smile to her face, but it also creates a problem because, as I said before, she doesn't really want to put too much unneeded pressure on such a young player.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this team moves forward. I mean, we mentioned a lot of seniors, especially on the back end defensively, so some younger players are going to have to step up and take more impactful roles next year, but all is good right now for this Hawks team, looking for their 8th win of the season, leading St. Benedict 1-0. Underway here in the second period. The two teams have swapped sides. St. Anselm holding the shot lead in that first period 10-3, and I'm surprised the Blazers honestly even 3 shots officially, as Michaud only seemed like she had to make one save there.
We didn't really mention her name much in the first period, did she? But definitely she'll look to possibly be tested more in the second period.
Well, goaltenders will tell you they like to see some shots early to get into the flow of the game, but if the flow of the game is going to stay on the Blazer end, I don't think Michaud is going to mind.
I don't think she's going to say anything her first collegiate game.
Here's Piccarello moving into the zone, charging in against Christine Broderson. Broderson spins away to the corner, looking for a clearing lane. Now here comes the pressure from Herron. Herron knocks it loose. Broderson has to go back to the other side, over to Grasky. Stolen away. Lacombe centering pass. Herron had her stick lifted. Foss plays it back along the boards. Lacombe picks it up there as Herron goes for a spill behind the play. Now Herron trying to move it out to the point. Herron to the dot. Try to center it through to Zapp and knocked down by Wells. Delivering a little bit of a forearm shiver there. That's a borderline checking call, and always a little kind of a fine line how rough you can get in the women's game.
Certainly not like the men's game in many of those physical aspects.
No, if that were a men's game, Wells would have laid Zappin out without any question.
Wouldn't have thought twice about it either.
Puck dumped in by the Blazers. This will be icing as Zhevnik back to touch up, so face-off will come down the other end.
Touching more about the youthful players that head coach Kirsten Matthews brings into a program, you look at the 2 goaltenders on the roster, Lindsey Brown and, of course, Janice Michaud. Of course, this year, Amy Zappin, who receives the majority of the work, graduating, she's got 2 people waiting in the wings.
Yep, and Michaud getting a shot here today, her first game in a St. Anselm uniform, and perhaps further on down the season, we'll get another look at the sophomore Lindsey Brown. Another icing call here against the Blazers, as Zhevnik again back to touch up, as CSB just sent it down the ice after a tie-up on the face-off, so...
And Lindsey Brown dealing with some injuries early in the season, but she comes from the Ohio State University Division I hockey program, so she certainly has the talent, as evidenced by that alone.
Yeah, always good if you can get a transfer from the Division I level down here to Division II. And the Hawks hope to get a good look at Brown later on in the season, a 2-time All-Conference honorable mention out of Irondale High School in Mounds View, Minnesota. Again, another player from the Midwest, as St. Anselm constantly seems to be increasing their recruiting base. Not just the Northeast operation anymore.
And I think to keep up with other teams, you have to think along that mindset when recruiting as well.
Sylvester working along the boards in tandem with Petrie. Loose puck comes out to Zhevnik. He'll send it into the opposite side off the half boards. Back to collect is Mara Cole as the Hawks get a change. Here's a steal by Tatu, working it back into the zone. Piccarello spins away from the check of Carlson. Tried to get it back up to the point, but it's stolen by Megan Brettingen. Sends it in on Michaud, who slides it away to the corner. Bouchy around. Giarusso slows it up. Coral pinching down the boards. Loose puck. Tatu tries to move it forward. Out past Cole. Here's Tatu with a burst of speed. All the way into the attacking zone. All the way around Carlson. Tatu leaves it off. Giarusso back to the point. Piccarello there. Across for Bouchy looking for the one-timer. Pass was a little too hot to handle, though. And back with it the other way comes Wells. Or Gorman, excuse me. She gets run off the puck by Bouchy. A nice little hip check there. Giarusso dives to get it out of the zone. Giarusso always seems to be diving everywhere just to move the puck to where it's supposed to be, and you love to see that effort from one of your team leaders.
You definitely don't know if it's intentional most of the time either. It's just all-out energy all the time with her. So to see that, it's definitely not uncommon.
Giarusso, a fan of Supermaning, if you will.
That's correct.
Bounce from the point, a slap shot, kicked down by Tatu. Nice job by the senior defenseman as she takes it out of the zone. Tatu slows it up, back across for Foss, who had the pass go behind her a little bit, moves it up the boards, knocked down by Broderson. Here is Lacombe peeling it back over the blue line into space, zapping off the bench, driving to the net, poke checked away by Broderson, though, into the corner. Zappin driving hard. Lacombe saw her, I think, just a split second too late, and that allowed Broderson to get the stick check in. Zhevnik plays it through to Zappin. Paula couldn't tie it up. Zappin gets wiped out, but up with it comes Herron. Herron leaves it off Lacombe to the faceoff dot, run over by Looks like Wells coming forward that knocked it away. Here's Zevnik, face-off dot, wrist shot, saved by Trout. She was squared to that one. Zevnik trying to pick a corner, and Trout got square to the puck, challenging it at the top of the crease. So still a 1-0 lead for the Hawks. 15:53 to go here in the second period. Both teams will send out fresh units here. And it'll be Petrie and Pollock on the draw. Petrie slides it right toward net. Trout lets it go through the crease and into the corner. Petrie first to it, overskates the puck. Pollock tries to tie her up, now reverses it away from Ionetti, tries to tuck it around Wells. Puck squirts to the near side, Ionetti out with it to the corner, comes out to the point, Tatu wristed, blocked down in front, and Grasky trying to turn it back the other way against Tatu. Grasky has a step, Coral though cutting off the angle, and Molly Coral meets Grasky at the puck and is able to tie her up. So a good job there by the Hawks, able to get back defensively after the shot block out high. Wraparound bid by Wells. Couldn't put it on net as Michaud was holding the short side. Grasky trying to center it through in front. Tatu knocks it away to the corner. Petrie drops down to help out. Puck cycled back through by the Blazers as they try to change on the fly here. Coral in the corner, rips it back the other way, past Sylvester. Tatu with it. Sends it past Coral, out to Ionetti, trying to clear the zone. The Blazers hold it in. Slap shot, Michaud juggled it loose in front. Puck still sliding around, and Petrie steers it away to the half wall as Michaud is able to regather herself there. Tough play there for the goaltender. She stopped the initial shot, but the rebound popped straight up in the air, and it wasn't until that puck hit the ice right in front of her that she was able to spot it.
Luckily for her, she had Petrie right on the doorstep, ready to make the save if the need be. Very good defensive player is Ciara Petrie, number 8.
Loose puck comes away to the corner. Winters trying to go after it. As a St. Anselm player lost an edge, it was Giarrusso going hard. Here's Winters over the red line, over the blue line, zigzagging to the far side. Winters carrying still all the way past Cole. Winters still with the puck in front. Giarrusso couldn't connect on the one-timer, and it comes all the way down to the St. Anselm end. Michaud comes out of the cage, slowing it up for Franny Nicholson. Nicholson with a burst of speed comes out to center, and the freshman will carry all the way in. Giarrusso driving to the net. Nicholson centering pass. Giarrusso couldn't get a stick to it as there were two St. Benedict players there to watch her. Nicholson's wrister goes wide. Piccarello collects the rebound in the corner. As after that, close chance by St. Benedict. St. Anselm back flying. Zevnik's one-timer goes a little bit wide. Trout missed the poke check with the stick. Here's Piccarello off a steal, working the back of the net, going up against Gould. Piccarello going out to the point. It was between Lacombe and Nicholson, though, and Michaud out to play it.
Franny Nicholson all over the place on this shift.
Some signs of life from the freshman. Good to see her getting involved in the offensive attack. Herron will circle back behind her own end. Zevnik plays it forward to Piccarello. The touch pass intended to spring Lacombe. It goes all the way down. No icing. They wave it off. Trout still had the glove hand in the air. Here's Lacombe. Turnaround. Rich shot. Save Trout. Rebound. Stick loose to the corner. Foss plays it down for Herron. Looking to center it through. Reverses direction. Two Blazers mark her. Zapping up to the point. Foss trying to wind a slap shot, but the linesman, I think, might have interfered with the wind-up on that play. Michaud knocks down the dump attempt and covers it up as Ernst comes in a little bit, and Foss with a tap to the goaltender, Michaud. A little shove there between Foss and Ernst. Face-off here inside the St. A zone. 12:42 to go. Still 1-0 Hawks, and a couple more chances coming late. Off the draw, Sylvester trying to move it forward. Here's Brettingen, a backhand shot kicked away by Bouchy. All the way out to the point, it's Wells who moves it into the far corner. Backhanded around by Nielsen. Brettingen again in the corner. Poked loose by Sylvester. Tie up in the corner. Sylvester trying to wrestle the puck out. Bouchy joining in as well. Couple players going down to the ice. Brettingen trying to dig it out, and we're going to get a whistle here as the puck disappears from view. So that'll allow the Hawks to change out the unit here. St. Benedict elects to stay with its top line. We've seen some more signs of life from the Blazers here in the second period.
That's for sure. Lots of the key is getting your feet moving, and that seems to be the key to success for many teams, is just get the feet moving and don't let the speed of the Hawks counteract your lack of motion.
Well, so the Blazers playing for a second straight day. Both these teams playing for a second straight day. But the Blazers, as we mentioned in the pregame, a little bit shorthanded, just 15 skaters on the roster. We saw the same for St. Scholastica the other day, and so the Blazers may be having to juggle that a little bit. A slapper by Coral is stopped by Trout, and Coral goes spinning into the boards after the play.
Rocket of a shot by Molly Coral on that. That's what she can do. That's what she can bring to your team. Very strong defensively, but what she can do, how she can help you, is with a booming shot like that. He kind of handcuffed the goalie there. Nice save.
Yep, and Trout was able to hang on. Yep. Picarello tries to put it right on net. Bouncing puck on the edge of the crease, and Broderson spins it away to Carlson. Touched forward, Giarrusso knocked it loose from behind. Zhevnik will catch up to it in her own end. Plays it across for Winters, try to cycle it back. Gorman, Zhevnik. Now Zhevnik away from Gorman. Trying to move it up along the Winters, and Zhevnik elects to carry out. Giarrusso makes herself available at center. Kicks it into the offensive end. No icing here. Oh, they are going to say icing. I'm not sure about that. Giarrusso, I'm pretty sure, got the touch right at the red line.
I would agree with you on that one.
And even if she doesn't, she might have had a step on the defender to beat that one to the dot.
Exactly. That's what she brings to the table. All-out energy, like I said.
Now, icing at the women's college level a little bit different from icing at the NHL level.
Yes.
At the pros, you'll see, you have to get back to the goal line and actually touch the puck.
That's correct.
Here at the women's levels, Giarrusso sent for a spin. This should be a penalty here against St. Benedict.
Looked like a trip to me.
Yeah, knee-on-knee collision. I think Carlson just stuck out the right leg. And she's going to head to the box here. It is going to be a tripping call to Carlson, and that will put the Hawks on the power play for the first time. So St. Anselm, 12 of 52 on the power play this year, 23%. St. Benedict pretty good on the penalty kill, 40 of 46, 87% conversion rate. Hawks had a couple of power play goals yesterday, and looking to capitalize today. Foss wind-up slapper, rebound comes out to the high slot and cleared out by Allie O'Brien. 11 minutes to go in the second period. Hawks looking to convert on this power play and make it a 2-0 lead. Here is Foss, head manning the puck through center. Weaves around the 1-4 check. Foss over the blue line. Dumps it around the boards. Heron will be first to it, meeting up with Mara Cole. Cole takes the puck, tries to go up through center, and does.
Very patient entry to the zone there by Andy Foss. There's something to be said for that. Gave Heron chance to accumulate speed, get behind the net to where that pass was going.
Here's Giarrusso with some space over the blue line. Moves it off the boards. Heron coming back to it, but it'll be taken by Wells first. Nice poke check by Heron. Wells has to try again in the corner. Heron again shakes it loose. Coral comes in as well to help out. Wells down to a knee, pops back up. Coral digs it out. Coral up to the point. Bouchy settles it down. Slap shot kicked into the corner. Deflected out high by Brettingen. Heron to the half wall. Coral plays it there. Working on the backhand. Molly Coral comes around to the near side. Poke check from Cole. Giarrusso sets up behind the net. Giarrusso waiting. Delays out to the point. Bouchy, wrister. Zappit tried to sell it in front. Bouchy, another shot knocked down again. And Pollock spins it out of the zone. Good job by the Blazers setting up and getting the shot blocks here in front.
That's right. You see the movement by Jackie Bouchy, number 15, converted forward, playing defense for Coach Matthews. Coach likes what she sees on offense, also likes her mobility as a forward.
Well, the Blazers again able to clear the zone. 10 seconds left, so this power play looks like it'll come up short for the Hawks. Zhevnik one-arms it into the zone. Cole tries to move it around. Here is Broderson. As Carlson out of the box, Nicholson holds it in. Wrister toward the net, goes just a little bit wide. Broderson has it poked away by Ionetti. Ionetti trying to steer in front. A hard wrister intended to go for Nicholson coming in. Petrie just off the bench gathers the puck in her own end as the Blazers try to reset themselves at 5-on-5. Zhevnik tries to backhand it hard into the zone, didn't catch a lot of it. Now the Blazers try to turn it the other way. They had numbers, but Nicholson was able to wall off Gould and win the puck back. Played it around too far in front of Zhevnik. Broderson goes off the senior. Sylvester takes possession. Sylvester carries it out of the zone, shielding the puck away from Nielsen. Petrie carries it in. Wristed it off the skate of Broderson. Now pounds up through to Allie O'Brien. Foss trying to steer around a couple Blazer defenders. Foss gets sent for a spill. Bouchy to the red line, dumps it into the cross corner. Trout slows it up with the stick first. And it'll be Bounds coming around with it. Plays it up ahead. Giarusso stops the progression. Nielsen. High pass. Winters was waiting for it in front, looking for another redirect. Instead, it goes into the corner. Picarello in after it. Brettingen moves it down. Giarusso, centering feed. Winters, couldn't get it toward the net. Bouchy slapper. Trout knocks it down in front, and Brettingen will carry it out of the zone.
Nice job of Bouchy to elevate that puck on net right there.
Here's Brettingen carrying in. Good position, though, by Foss. Doesn't let her get an angle toward net. Picarello reverses it to the other side. Giarusso, Foss delays. Now Giarusso. Long pass. Winters touches it into the zone as the Hawks get a change here. And I believe a delayed offside coming against St. Anselm.
Was that I don't know, icing? I don't know.
Maybe icing, as they say Winters didn't get a touch.
I think that's what they're going to say, is that Winters didn't touch that puck.
Yeah, the faceoff comes back down into the Hawk end, so icing is the call with 7:40 to play in the second period. Hawks still holding a 1-0 lead. You're watching St. Anselm Women's College Hockey at StAnselmHawks.tv, powered by the PAC Network. Ben Alcher, Griffin Spencer here with you on a Saturday afternoon as the Hawks look to make it 2-0 here at the St. Anselm College Invitational.
Seen a lot of good hockey this weekend, that's for sure.
Now Salve Regina falling to St. Scholastica in the first game of today's action, so both those teams end the tournament at 1-1. And St. Benedict trying to do the same here and steal a win on St. Anselm's home ice. They've had a tough time being able to wrestle the puck away from the Hawks, though, throughout this one. Winters tips it forward as the Hawks trying to clear it in. They need to get a change here. Winters has been out there forever, and finally she's able to get to the bench as Heron jumps on. Here is Coral with the puck, working to the corner. Coral trying to play it forward. It's Picarello banking it out of the zone. Giarusso racing forward, trying to get a touch on the puck, and that way the Hawks will be able to finally get the change.
And there was that Superman move by Rosemary Giarusso right there, laying full out to try to keep that play alive.
Zhevnik trying to work away. Here's Broderson putting it towards the net. Michaud sends it to the backboards. Coral reverses on the backhand. Now it's Zhevnik. Heron, the touch pass up through center. Lacombe couldn't extend to get the puck, and Cole will get to center and send it back in. Blazers try to hop off for a quick change here. Zhevnik up to Lacombe. Had it caught in her skates, and that allows Brettingen to get in there. Coral in good position to take the pass. Heron turns it up the other way. The self-pass around Cole. Heron, the slap shot goes wide. That one a little bit of a wounded duck. Heron didn't get enough on it.
Little misfired on that shot by Tiffany Heron.
Coral in deep. Heron takes the puck away. Heron in front. Lacombe, shot saved by Tron. A rebound knocked out the other side as Coral was in on the crease.
Heron slow to get up behind the play as well.
Heron with the puck now, back on it. Spins it away for Picarello. Those two get tied up with each other, and that allows O'Brien to move it out. Nielsen couldn't extend to get to the puck, and Nicholson will beat everyone to it. Franny Nicholson comes around her own net, steers around Brettingen. Here's Nicholson with a burst of speed. 3-on-2 the other way for the Hawks. Nicholson carries over the blue line. Nicholson trying to center it through, but is broken up by Bounds. Now in the corner, Iannetti and Petrie. Petrie back up to the left point. Foss winds. Short wrist shot goes intentionally wide into the corner. No one there, though, for the Hawks, and the Blazers able to clear it out. Foss holds at the blue line, then sends it back in. Foss again sending it toward the net. Cole will be first to it for the Blazers. Quick pass up to the blue line. Brettingen holds, sends it out to center. Winters the quick re-engage. Winters with that burst of speed trying to get around Bounds. The defenseman, though, wins it up to Ernst. Bouchy knocked it down. Winters trying to turn around and elects just to send it into the corner and give herself a little bit of time. Cole plays it up to the blue line. Bouchy knocks down Ernst, and the Hawks win it forward once again. Giarusso the quick tag and gets right back in on the forecheck. Bounds again trying to go up the near side. Pollock through center. Tipped, stolen by Winters. Trying to move it away to the corner, but it's swept out by Ernst. Coral sends it in around the dashboard. Trout forced to stay in the net. Tatu comes forward on the forecheck, pokes it away. Gould tries to spin away, but Tatu shuts down her space. Into the corner, Gould again. Lacombe knocks her off the puck. Here's Zappin with the steal. Out to the point. Coral has tons of space. Slap shot. Got knocked down in front. Backhand. Oh, Heron couldn't gather it. Here's Lacombe turning around a shot. Save, and Trout dives on the puck for the faceoff.
Looked like too many cooks in the kitchen for the Hawks on that play. You had Tiffany Heron there alongside Michelle Lacombe. Looks like too many sticks tangled up in the way for either of them to get a quality shot on net there.
And Trout diving on that puck. Heron would have been the only one to get there, and she could have lifted that backhander on.
That's for sure.
4 minutes to go. Still 1-0 lead for the Hawks. A wrist shot gets through. Trout makes the save. Puck still is in front. Heron a backhand. A kick save by Trout. Well, some panicked moments for the Blazers in their own end here, but the Hawks unable to extend the lead. Here's another wrister knocked down in front. Heron trying to get possession. Squirts out to the point. Slap shot Zhevnik deflected away by Gorman. And again, the Blazers forwards doing a good job blocking the shots coming from the point.
Almost a nifty spinorama move by Tiffany Heron near the left post.
Here's Zhevnik touching it forward to center. She'll carry all the way into the offensive zone. Zhevnik going around the net as the Hawks change. Zhevnik finds Sylvester touching it on for Ionetti, but it's a turnover. Zhevnik sticks it back in the zone as she went all the way around. Zhevnik again going behind the net, centering in front, looking for Ionetti, but Trout covers first. And a face-off coming here.
Claire Burke as well in between the face-off circles. Looked a little roughed up, slow to get up on that play as she makes her way to the bench.
Now the Hawks able to change as Zhevnik carried into the zone and delaying all the way around behind the net and just waiting for someone to come into the high slot area. Just couldn't connect cleanly with Sylvester. Here is Cole with the puck trying to move it out the far side, but Foss dumps Brettingen and the puck stays in the attacking end. Cole did not get a lot on the clear again. Foss able to hold in at the point. Now Brettingen just tries to shove her way by, and the puck does squirt out past the blue line. Sylvester plays it over to Bushi. Under 3 minutes to go in the second period. 1-0 lead. St. Anselm over St. Benedict. Loose puck. Sylvester tries to carry it out, steering through a couple of St. Benedict defenders. Petrie has her dump-in attempt knocked off. Ionetti with a little steal. Here's a nice move. Ionetti in alone. A wrist shot just wide. Wells coming in late. Tried to bother her, but Ionetti had a great chance there and just put it wide of the net.
Nice little deke move on the defenseman Coral.
Coral a wrist shot saved by Trout. Giarusso's rebound knocked down in front. Coral again holding at the blue line. A wrist shot wide of the net. Broken stick down behind the play. Here's Giarusso steering it away from 3 St. Benedict defenders. Gets the return feed. Giarusso in front. Coral to the high slot. Wrist shot just missed high and wide.
Rachel Wells is the player for College of St. Benedict without a stick.
Here's a one-time shot from Winters. Trout able to hold on and make the save. Wells is going to be able to reclaim her broken stick and head back to the bench. Oh, tremendous pressure again from the Hawks, but the Blazers able to keep everything compact and keep this a 1-0 game.
There's something to be said for this 1-0 score. You got to give credit where credit's due. Hawks really getting the chances, not really being able to finish.
Giarusso and Winters off the draw. Giarusso plays it back to the point. Tattoo wanted to go over to Coral, but it squirts past the blue line. Coral away from Grasky. Grasky now knocks it down as Pecorello goes back to Coral. Giarusso in front of her own net, steering away from the pressure from Grasky. And Pecorello and Giarusso accidentally knock knees. Loose puck comes to Tattoo. Up ahead to Winters, trying to tip it out of the zone. It's held in by Bounds. Pollock a shot toward the net. Bouncing puck settled by Giarusso. She goes off the boards. Couldn't draw the angle though. Grasky sends it on net. Michaud a little surprised by it. Knocked it down with the stick. Tattoo steering away from the Blazers. St. Benedict picking up a little momentum here late in the second. Pecorello knocks the shot down with the skate. She'll leg it out to center, carry in all the way. Pecorello around. Broderson going toward the net with a little deke. Almost got the backhand through as she went through not one, not two, but almost 3 Blazer defenders.
Lost the handle on that puck. Too much speed to corral that puck at the top of the crease.
Zhevnik knocked down. Bounds plays it forward. Pollock too tired to chase after it. Final 40 seconds here of the second period. Nicholson loses an edge. That's okay. Zappin there to help her out. Allie Zappin will bring it up the right wing side. Plays it up through to the freshman Heron. Trying to go around Wells. Heron on the backhand gets bumped into the boards. Heron all the way to the corner, helped out by Lacombe. Heron working the corner out to the point. Nicholson slap shot looking for the redirect from Zappin out high, but it goes into the corner. Zappin tied up along the half wall. 10 seconds to go in the period. Lacombe works it down the boards. Lacombe trying to get it through. Lacombe with 4 seconds, and the Blazers take possession. And that'll do it for the second period as the puck flies up into the air. A well-balanced second period. The Hawks had the best opportunities late in the second period on even strength. They also came up short on a power play, but At the end of 2, we had the same score we had at the end of 1, 1-0 St. A's.
That's right, and if you're Jennifer Coran's the head coach of the College of St. Benedict, you've got to be happy with your team's effort to hang in here. 1-0 game. Your team's obviously very tired, but there's obviously this will to win. As I was saying earlier in the day, it's a long flight back to Minnesota, so you want to come out of here with a win. So you got to give a tip of the cap to College of St. Benedict.
Well, the Blazers fighting hard despite running out just 15 skaters, and they trail 1-0 at the end of 2. We'll see if they can come back in the third period. That's next. You're watching St. Anselm Women's College Hockey here at StAnselmHawks.tv, powered by the PAC Network. Welcome back inside Sullivan Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. St. Anselm College, home of the St. Anselm Hawks. As the women's hockey team ready for the start of the third period, taking on the College of St. Benedict Blazers. A 1-0 lead for the Hawks as we go into the third period. No scoring in the second. The Courtney Winters goal from the first still holding up for St. A's, Griffin.
Exactly, and you look into that scoring. You look at, if you're in a 1-0 game, your other facets of your game have to be airtight. One thing I look at for St. Benedict is the face-off category. We have 8 wins and 16 losses for St. Benedict as opposed to, obviously, the converse record for St. Anselm. So, especially Catherine Pollock, 2 for 13 in face-off wins. So, obviously, if you're struggling, you got, not well-rested legs, not well-rested bodies. One thing you want to do is want to take care of the puck immediately off the face-off draw.
Well, ready to start the third. Catherine Picarello wins the draw right back. So, still really a 1-0 score despite the fact that St. Anselm has held the balance of play, and they've had most of the offensive opportunities, and Picarello with one there, a shot deflected wide to the corner, but that's really what's been keeping St. Benedict in this game has been the shot blocking and sort of the ability of the defense to recover while scrambling.
Got to get your ice packs out on the bus ride home, I think.
Rosemarie Giarusso trying to backhand it forward. Pollock knocking it down. Giarusso the lunge to send it out of the zone. It'll be moved back in by Carrie Grasky. Van Alter, Griffin Spencer here with you on the call for this afternoon's game. A wrist shot and a save by Michaud. That's probably the best look that the Blazers have had today. Wells jumping up on the rush, and the defenseman putting a good wrist shot up. And Michaud squeezing that left arm down to stop the puck.
Nice pass through the slot. Good, good tape pass there. Those are the things you need to start doing to get on the board.
I'll say Ansem doesn't want to fall asleep with this 1-0 lead just because they've gotten most of the opportunities does not mean that the Blazers are not capable of counterattacking their way to a tie here. And St. Ansem wants to keep their foot on the gas pedal, so to speak. Zappin, a centering pass off the skate of Lacombe. It goes off into the corner. Heron over there to pick it up. The freshman Tiffany Heron trying to center it through. Zappin, the backhand shot knocked down. Heron backhands it toward the net through the crease, and Heron got knocked down again hard after the play. No call coming here. The refs really letting the aggressive style of both teams come through.
Each team 0 for 1 on the power play, so you can tell not many even chances with the extra skater.
Yeah, St. Ansem really was held quiet during their power play opportunity. It's something a little surprising. Their power play was pretty dominant yesterday against St. Scholastica in a 5-2 win. Blazers able to skate it out of the zone. Allison Nielsen sends it into the offensive end. Michaud, the goaltender, leaves it off for Zhevnik up to center. Sabrina Ionetti touches it into the offensive end, so no icing. Here is Broderson with it. Ionetti spins off, trying to get the puck. It's loose in front. Trout covers it up as Ionetti and Petrie digging away, and Ionetti gets a couple shoves for going in there with the puck bouncing around.
Exactly. Can't leave those to chance, though. If you see the puck and it's uncovered, you got to get right in there, and Ionetti did just that.
Now, she has been very feisty today. Gets a pat on the back here from Zhevnik, trying to keep the aggressiveness in check. You don't want to overstep your bounds and all of a sudden end up in the penalty box.
This seems to be the defensive line for Coach Kirsten Matthews. Got Bridget Sylvester out there as well with Sierra Petrie. So, she relies on that to kind of shut the opponent down.
Here is Nicholson with the puck, moving it along for Zhevnik. Up ahead comes Petrie. This line capable of adding a scoring punch or two. Petrie has an assist on the year. Ionetti a goal. And Sylvester an assist as well. So capable of adding some scoring pop as well when necessary.
That's right.
Two slides it down the boards. Into the opposite corner. Piccarello in after it. Grasky slowing her progress. Piccarello trying to move it through to center. Back to Giarusso in the corner. Goes the opposite pass out to the point. Tatu wanted to go across, but Coral had gotten out of the zone, anticipating a transition opportunity for St. Benedict. So Giarusso, even when she has those lanes, St. Benedict doing a good job of reading and creating traffic. Here's Giarusso with a steal, a wrist shot, kick save, Trout. Puck still loose in the high slot, and it'll trickle back out. Foss comes on after a change, and she's back in support. Bouchy took down Brettingen. Loose puck, and Bouchy gathers it as Brettingen swings back to set up the forecheck. Giarusso brings it back as Brettingen was closing off her space. Bouchy will try the opposite side. Heron switches lanes and comes out the near side. Off the boards, Giarusso backhands it into the zone as St. Anselm able to complete the change here. Wells comes out the left wing side with it. Her pass trickles all the way through to the St. Anselm blue line. Zhevnik behind the back, too far in front of Zappin and Heron. Wells on it again. Brettingen trying to turn it the other way. Steal by Lacombe. Wrist shot from the high slot, deflected away. Wells hard charging, shut down the angle of that shot from Lacombe. Michelle Lacombe seems like she has had about 3 or 4 really good scoring opportunities, but just has never been able to settle the puck, or a late defensive charge by one of the St. Benedict players has always been there in time to kind of dismantle what might be a perfect scoring opportunity.
Unlucky, the word unlucky comes to mind when you think about her game so far tonight. You got a little bit roughed up in the first period, but has since come back and at least tried to make something of her scoring chances.
Here's a slapper from Nicholson, kick save, Trout, rebound, score! Bridget Sylvester on the doorstep, and there's that grinding line that you talked about earlier, Griffin. This time they get on the scoreboard. Bridget Sylvester knocks home the rebound, and it's a 2-0 lead for St. A's.
Alex Carson with a nice opportunity to shut the Hawks down there in front in the crease, but looked like she got upended with just the mass, transport of Hawks players to the bottom of the slot. So got to give good credit on that goal.
And Nicholson should pick up an assist here. It's her first point of the season for Sylvester. Her first goal, 7th career for the senior from Randolph, New Jersey. And they're going to take the puck off the ice and put that one aside. Franny Nicholson's first career point in a St. Anselm uniform. That beautiful slap shot is kind of a loose puck, came into space. She came in from the left point, put a hard slap shot low. Trout kicked it loose, but Sylvester, top of the crease, knocked it home. Puck sent in on Michaud. Zhevnik around for Nicholson. And wait for the official word. That should be Sylvester knocking it in, unless the puck just kind of deflected in off of a St. Benedict player, in which case Nicholson would get credit for the initial shot attempt from St. A's.
I'm very curious to see how they rule that. Up here, like I said, lots of bodies in front of the net. It's going to be interesting to see what the officials rule that.
Sylvester moves it forward, Ionetti. And it is Sylvester on the doorstep. Here's a bouncing puck, juggled but held by Trout. Nicholson picks up her first career assist. Here's a steal by Winters. A wrist shot saved by Trout, and she hangs on with Piccarello banging on the doorstep. So it is Sylvester from Nicholson early in the third period to give the Hawks a 2-0 lead, and now a little bit of breathing room for St. A's.
Sylvester's 7th goal of her career in her 88th game played, so that's not really known for lighting up the lamp, but certainly I'm sure she'll take it.
And a slap shot from Tatu, deflected by Giarusso on the way by. It still goes wide. Dumped down into open space. Here's Brettingen with a burst of speed. Piccarello trying to race back, and she wins the race, and it will be icing against the Blazers. Well, Brettingen thought she had a step, but Piccarello had the angle, and she gets the benefit of the doubt. And an icing call here against St. Benedict. So now a 2-0 lead for St. A's on the goal by Bridget Sylvester.
Important face-off win right here by the Hawks, because you have some very tired legs out there for St. Benedict.
And Foss's wrist shot knocked down by Nielsen, who got upended as she would have had a transition opportunity the other way. So, again, more good shot blocking by the Blazer forwards. Here's Foss carrying over the line. Foss, a wrist shot deflected off the protective netting. And we'll get a face-off here with 14:40 to go in the third.
No matter how skilled you are, even if you don't have as much skill as somebody else, it doesn't take skill to give up the body and throw yourself in front of a puck. So lots of heart being shown by the College of St. Benedict.
Yeah, the Blazers able to get themselves in good position and block some shots out high, as the Hawks love to work those post plays and get their defenders involved. Here's a loose puck in front of Trout, bouncing around. Trout finds it and covers for the face-off. A little surprising. That puck was sitting about a foot away from the crease for a long time. No one was getting there, and Trout was just kind of crouched down watching it. I don't know why, as a goaltender, you don't jump on top of it.
Little indecision there, maybe a lack of communication. Looks like Trout was not looking at the puck, rather looking at her defenseman right in front of her.
Off the draw, the Blazers win it back to Carlson. Lacombe ties her up, takes the puck. Into the corner, Lacombe stops, tries to reverse direction, now goes back the other way, out to the point. Here is Zhevnik. Moving it down, Lacombe off the half wall, working on the hash mark, spins away. Carlson checks her down, no call there. Loose puck into the slot, feathered out to the blue line, held in by Nicholson. Good positioning by the freshman. Centering pass couldn't connect with Lacombe. Zhevnik moves down the boards, the defenseman getting involved here as the Hawks change on the fly. Tiffany Herron moves it back to Nicholson at the point, right back to her freshman counterpart, and it goes past Herron, and Mara Cole takes possession. Petrie comes in, trying to win the puck back. Gorman trying to come out the left wing side, and she will skate it out to center as it's touched forward by Bjorky. Nicholson weaves around the first forechecker, gets up to the red line and dumps it into the attacking end. Ionetti in on the forecheck, poked it away from Broderson. Sylvester out there after her goal, trying to move it along, but it's chipped out by St. Benedict. Coral gathers in her own end. Ernst on a forecheck, putting a couple of pokes in the back of Coral, and Ernst able to get Coral to go down and turn the puck over. Here is Tatu back in to help, moving it around past Ionetti. Some good pressure there as Ionetti shoves Grasky into the boards. Back out to the top of the blue line, Wells moving it into the corner there. Thought about firing a wrister into the pile, but elected to keep it out. Now Wells moving it across. Broderson trying to get the angle. Slap shot knocked down in front by the skate of Ionetti. St. Anselm saying your forwards aren't the only ones who can block shots out high.
Exactly. Very good defensive club are the St. Anselm Hawks, so not surprising to see that giving up the body there.
Well, the Blazers finally getting some sustained offense here as Grasky again holding it in on the sideboards. Coral in the corner looking for an alleyway, skates it up the near side, trying to carry all the way out and does. Gets to the red line before she's met by Broderson. Brettingen spins around as St. A's caught up, trying to get a change. Brettingen with a big burst of speed over the blue line wrist shot. Michaud makes the pad save, and Bushi takes the rebound. Reverses it off the back of the apron to Andy Foss. Her pass knocked down by Nielsen. Foss again in the corner, tries to reverse her down to Bushi, but it's stolen by Brettingen. Into the corner, Brettingen. Back down to Nielsen. Trying to feather it through to center. It's whacked out by Giarrusso. This will come all the way down past the goal line and no icing. Not enough steam on the puck for the linesman to put his hand in the air. Here's Nicholson on the steal. Backhand in the high slot. Finds Winters underneath. Over to Piccarello. Backhand shot. Diving save by Trout.
Save of the night for both goaltenders, lunging across the crease to turn that puck aside.
Oh, terrific heads-up play by Winters just to feather that puck through to Piccarello, who had a better angle on an open net. But Trout went diving post to post to make the save. And a penalty here coming against St. Benedict as Piccarello got sent spilling to the ice.
Looks like a checking penalty.
This is going to be against, I believe, Ali O'Brien. Or it looks like Broderson headed to the box. So penalty on Christine Broderson. With 11:31 to go, and the Hawks will get their second power play opportunity of the night, 0 for 1 so far. It is a body checking call against Broderson, and that's one of the defensemen going off the ice for the Blazers.
Surprisingly, in both power play chances for either side, St. Benedict has more power play shots.
Here is Foss at the point, going back up to the top of the umbrella. Zhevnik, the backhand feed for Tatu. 3 defensemen out there. Herring had it trickle through, but couldn't settle the bouncing puck to get a shot away. Little interesting, St. Anselm, a little unconventional with their power play. They work the umbrella setup, which is a common feature, but they work it with 3 defensemen as opposed to 2 defensemen and a forward. Here's a tip in front by Winters going up into the air as Zhevnik sent it on net.
I guess if you have big shot defenders with big shots, you can afford to try that out.
Yep. And Winters trying to get the loose puck on the half wall, poked forward and out of the zone as St. Benedict looks to get a change here. Still a minute 15 left on the penalty to Broderson. As Zhevnik behind her own net. Brettingen up hard on the forecheck. Foss plays it across as Zappin overskated it. Zhevnik will move it forward. Handoff looking for Zappin. Loose puck. It's Piccarello. Juggled around. Now Giarrusso says, I'm going to carry it over the blue line. Wrist shot wide of the net. Good positioning there. Deflection of the puck, pops it up in the air and off the protective netting, and the officials say it was last touched by St. A's, so the faceoff will come outside the zone. That'll allow the Blazers to swap out the penalty kill unit. 52 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Tie up off the draw, has it go into the zone. Piccarello tips it forward down along the boards. Stops in the corner, leaving it off there for Coral. It's popped up in the air by Wells. Now Bushi comes down the boards to help out. Piccarello again to Coral in the corner. As St. A's works the overload play here, Coral will work to the far side of the ice now. Bank it out to the blue line. Bushi goes back to Coral. Curls, shot, wrister in front. Puck still loose. Giarrusso banging away. Now Piccarello in to help a shot. Trout trying to cover up, and she finally does. As everyone right in front of the crease there. Coral coming in to help. Giarrusso and Piccarello whacking away, but Trout sprawling on her belly managed to cover it up.
Kind of a scary play for goaltender Jenna Trout. It looked almost as if Rachel Wells, was trying to tap that back to the goalie, but in the confusion there, it looked like she may have lost sight of it temporarily.
Giarrusso, quick wrister off the draw, whistles wide. Bushi comes in to get it, skating all the way around the back of the cage. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Broderson. Centering feed, Giarrusso, one-timer, score! Beautiful feed across from Molly Coral. Bang, bang, and St. A's is up 3-0 on the power play goal.
Molly Coral can certainly do it all. You saw that pass from the left wing corner. Giarrusso crashing the right post. Coral with a nice feed out in front. And that's what those two have been doing for a long time here in a St. Anselm uniform.
So multi-point games now for Giarrusso and Coral. A goal and an assist for Giarrusso. Second assist of the game for Coral. Bushi will pick up an assist as well on the play, a power play goal just before the penalty to Broderson was about to expire, but the Hawks cash in, and the power play tally makes it 3-0 Hawks with 9:30 to play.
Molly Kroll reaching 10 points, 3 goals, 7 assists now on the season for the senior defenseman.
Giarrusso, her 4th goal of the year, 42nd career goal, 83rd career point as she continues to just run up that list. As Zhevnik going toward the net, Trout able to cover it up, and a face-off coming here inside the Blazer end. And for Jacqueline Bushi, her 4th assist of the year and 6th career.
You also look at Rosemary Giarrusso's numbers, only a junior, so we've got another year being treated maybe triple digits in her future.
Well, set a school record with 43 points a year ago, and the numbers might be a little bit down overall this year, but she's still going to move up the list and odds-on favorite to be the all-time leading scorer in St. Anselm women's hockey history.
That is without question.
By the time her 4-year career is done.
Absolutely.
Here is Foss back at the right point, winds up a slapper. It's deflected off the half boards and into the corner. Winters digging it out there. St. Anselm seems like they smell blood in the water. They're looking for more here. Tatu at the left point moves it down the boards. Picarello tries to curl off the wall, but it's broken up. Tatu comes in, overskated the puck. We got a whistle and a penalty here coming against the Hawks.
Hooking penalty.
And I think it's going to be Winters headed to the box, maybe getting a little too aggressive. And it is indeed the sophomore, Courtney Winters. So the Blazers, well, time's starting to run out, but an opportunity here if they can find a way to cash in on this power play.
Courtney Winters, first penalty of the season. So normally a very disciplined player, but unfortunately got a little overzealous with the hook, and to the box she goes.
2-minute minor for the sophomore. And St. Benedict on the power play for the second time today. 0 of 1 today. And now 7 of 48 on the season. Here's Zhevnik at the red line, dumping it down and in. As St. A is going to get aggressive on this penalty kill and try and knock the possession out early. Here's Broderson trying to come through center. Moves it forward for Grasky, who carries over the blue line. Grasky down the wall, going behind the net. Pollock got taken out in front. Wells looking for the feed, got it, but it bounced right off her stick. Wells around the cage, up to the point. Broderson, wrists her, blocked down in front. Here's Heron, a breakaway all the way from center. The freshman in all alone on the goaltender trap. Backhand score! A shorthanded goal by Tiffany Heron. Took it the length of from mid-ice on, and it's 4-0 St. A's.
It's with her, it's almost getting predictable. You see her on a break with that explosive speed. You know a nice move's coming if you're a goaltender. So, again, her reaches double digits in goals. What a freshman campaign for Tiffany Heron.
Her 10th of the season, and Tiffany Heron the first at 10 goals, getting a couple pats on the helmet. And when you got a breakaway like that, you got to know what move you're going to make. Tiffany Heron had no doubt. Quick little deke to the backhand, and Jenna Trout had no chance.
Short-handed as well, if you take a look at that. Courtney Winters going to the box. Again, teammates picking her up, picking up this team.
And it started on the defensive end. It really started with a shot block. Broderson was trying to get it into the pile. Heron met her head on, kicked it forward, and Heron had that burst of speed. Broderson wasn't going to be able to catch her, and it was a breakaway right from the center circle on.
As you said, no chance.
Here's Giarrusso curling it back into the offensive end. 40 seconds left on the penalty to Winters, and you give up the short-handed goal on the power play, and St. Benedict's chances really seem like they have hit a brick in the wall here.
That's for sure, without question.
Here is Mara Cole with it, sending it off the boards. Brettengid trying to move it forward, but she's tied up by Ionetti. Giarrusso coming in to help out as well, and that's the other thing. These top forwards for St. Anselm, they have no qualms about playing on the penalty kill because sometimes they get opportunities like that.
It's quite the opportunity if you're a Hawks head coach to be able to plug people in. If maybe somebody's struggling, you know that your team is very defensive-minded, but can also score a lot of goals.
Coming over the blue line with it is Erin Geyer. I've not seen her much out there today. Puck moved along by Tatu into the corner. Heron first to it, smacks it up the boards. Zappin shifts, tried to spring Ionetti out of the zone. Back to even strength now as Winters out of the box. Foss overskated, stealing the pass. Now flips it high off the window into the St. Benedict end. This will be icing against St. Anselm. So 6:22 to go here in the third period. All Hawks here in the third. 3 goals to open this one up. It's a 4-0 lead. And St. Anselm looks like they're going to go 2-0 here at the St. Anselm College Invitational.
The thing about this St. Anselm Hawks team is that it seems you may be struggling up for the first 2 periods in terms of getting chances, but once the dam bursts, it bursts, and it's tough to seal them off.
Bushi almost stripped underneath by Grasky, able to get it out to Heron. She sends Lacombe out of the zone. Wells trying to stand up at center. Across with it now, it's Ernst. Off the boards looking for the self-pass, but Bushi is back defensively. Bushi plays it out of the end. Wells picks it up at her own blue line. Hawks content just to keep clearing the puck out. At this point, Zhevnik to Giarrusso. Over the red line, Giarrusso looking for the self-pass and the breakaway, but Brettingen, the forward, got back there as Wells maybe a little bit tired at the end of a long shift. Picarello forward, Brettingen, now Nicholson comes forward. Picarello flips it into the offensive end. Winters after it in the corner, but she's got some tired legs after a long shift here. Wells has it knocked down. Girusso in front looking for a backhand, but it's knocked loose again by Wells. Brettingen snapped it across to Nielsen, who couldn't get it all the way out. Backhanded in by Zhevnik as the Hawks change behind the play. Here's Nielsen with it on the far side, trying to go across. It's knocked down by Petrie. They try to spring Brettingen, trying to get an angle. Nicholson, a nice stick check, breaks it up and sends the puck back to center for Ionetti. Great back checking there by Nicholson, and a wrist shot by Ionetti popped up in the air off the glove of Trout. As Brettingen thought she had an opportunity, but the freshman defenseman in perfect position. Petrie for Coral, sends it on to net. Loose puck, Ionetti digging away again, but Trout covers it up quickly. And a face-off coming inside the Blazer ends.
Petrie had a nice chance on a failed clearing attempt by St. Benedict. Petrie had a nice chance, almost picked it off there at the top of the slot. And as you know, this line more defensive-minded than offensive-minded, but she had a nice opportunity there for herself.
Well, that grouping has picked up a goal today. Bridget Sylvester, that made it 2-0 in the third. The Hawks have since added 2 more. Shot by Coral finds a way through. And Tiffany Heron ends up in the goal.
Yep, she got upended by one of the defensemen. Looks like just, again, in case too many bodies in front of the net there.
Well, Heron doesn't mind. She knows that in order to get, double-digit goals, you're going to have to go into the dirty areas and take some punishment. She doesn't mind.
It's certainly not magic. You got to have skill to do what she's been doing this year.
Heron and Pollock on the face-off here. Tied up, one into the corner, and Wells comes out with it. Wells splits 2 St. Anselm defenders, works around to third. Wells through center. Dumps it off the boards and into the attacking end. Tatu onto it for St. A's. Tries to reverse away from the flow of the play. Pollock steals, moves it back along. Centering feed through the stick of Grasky, and Heron was there to take it away. Now St. Benedict trying to put together a good combination, but Grasky just had it bounce off her stick, and there was no second opportunity as Tiffany Heron swept it out of harm's way. Wells goes up the boards to Nielsen. It goes off of the skate of Ionetti, as now Coach Matthews content to roll her lines out there one after the other. Sylvester racing in after it. Pollock tied up behind the play by Petrie. Ionetti in the corner. Ionetti shifts away from Carlson. Around Pollock, knocked off the puck, and Carlson tries to move it out. Foss snaps it back further into the zone. Pollock, Broderson lost an edge. Ionetti the steal, tried to center it through. Foss was coming into the high slot. I think that was partway in between Petrie and Foss. Maybe a little indecision on the part of Ionetti there.
At this point, it's best to play a little bit conservative with your 4-0 lead.
Bushi to Petrie, works it to the far side in between the skates of Nielsen. Petrie comes in. Now Piccarello trying to move it forward. Loose puck knocked down out of the zone. Foss steams forward with it. Piccarello has to delay as Foss was tied up with Nielsen inside the offensive end. Here's Girusso coming in hard on the forecheck. Broderson has it knocked down. Here's O'Brien with the steal. O'Brien on that backhand shot. Save Trout. Rebound still loose. And Trout covers it up for the faceoff.
Nice job by Trout to close the 5-hole there. She didn't give any opportunities for any Hawks goals through the 5-hole.
Caitlin O'Brien, 1 goal already this year, bidding for another there off a nice steal. 3:02 to play in the third. 4-0 lead for the Hawks here at home against St. Benedict. They had a 3-goal win yesterday against St. Scholastica and are looking for another big win today. Zhevnik's shot is sticked aside by Trout. Nielsen plays it forward too far in front of Allie O'Brien. They wave off the icing though. Here's Nicholson. Spins away from the forecheck hit of Nielsen. And the pass was too far in front of Girusso, but got it out of the zone. And another heads-up play by Nicholson inside her own end. Zhevnik to O'Brien as St. A's again clearing the zone. The Blazers with a change behind the play, and puck deflected into the St. Anselm bench, almost catching a part of the trainer.
Oh, geez, that's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Got to be awake when you're down there at ice level.
Exactly. Just to build upon your point about the 2012 St. Anselm Invitational, Hawks undefeated in regulation against all 3 teams participating in this year's tournament.
Yeah, the only loss coming to Salve Regina earlier this year in overtime on the road.
That's correct.
So Coral plays it around here for Tatu. The backhand pass knocked down. Tatu will try the other side. Kicked out by Lacombe. At center ice, Carlson across for Cole. Off the boards and into the attacking end. Coral, the backhand pass, a little casual there. Tatu tries to come out the far side. Lacombe with it, reverses it. Tatu has to spin back into position. Now Molly Coral once again. Up through center, Lacombe, the touch pass for Winners. Coach Matthews trying out some different line combinations now, as you can do that with the luxury of a 4-0 lead.
That's for sure. And speaking of Coach Matthews, she is actually college teammates with Jennifer Kranz of the College of St. Benedict.
That's right, former PC players.
That's correct, from 1998 to 2000.
Yep.
Kirsten Matthews and Jennifer Kranz teammates. So
Yep.
no doubt, friends, we'll definitely talk about this game after the game.
Yeah,
so.
Kirsten Matthews leaving Providence in 2000. Jennifer Kranz, a 2002 graduate, playing with the Friars. This is her first year with the Blazer program, and actually was an assistant coach with the national under-18 team last season. So Coach Kranz taking over. This is her first head coaching job, a former assistant at Division I St. Cloud State. Michaud covers up here and gets a face-off with 1:10 to play.
Two very intelligent head coaches doing battle today this afternoon. Certainly the score not indicative of the true knowledge that each coach possesses.
Yep. And you can expect St. Benedict to move forward and improve from here under Jennifer Kranz's guidance. And the Invitational wrapping up here today, but sorry to say, Griffin, this probably isn't the biggest event going on at St. Anselm College today.
You know what, in all fairness to this, that I would agree that it, with the debates, of course, in town, our Carr Center has turned into a sea of desks.
Yes.
Lots of press members in attendance today on the campus. So
Yep.
very exciting times to be a Hawk here at St. Anselm College.
Past all the media vans on the way in, the Republican primary debate going on tonight at 9 o'clock from the Carr Center here at St. Anselm College. A terrific promotional event for the university.
That's for sure.
Especially because this is really one of the top political science departments in the Northeast.
Exactly. Right on campus, we have the New Hampshire Institute of Politics building. Lots of very brilliant individuals working that building. So gives also these students who major in have a political science major, gives them excellent on-the-job opportunities.
Yeah, I suppose they don't mind coming back from break a little bit early to check out a national political forum.
That's for sure. It's an exciting time for everybody, even me, that's for sure.
Yep. Final 20 seconds to go here in this one. And an offsides call against St. Benedict. And going to have an awards presentation afterwards for the invitation.
I know nothing about that.
No. Well, you're the man in charge here.
I am in charge, but no, after speaking before the tournament with the other SIDs, it was not something that's historically been done.
All right. Well, I guess if you had to name an unofficial MVP then, and we'll look at the play from today as well as yesterday, probably it would have to be someone from this St. Anselm team that goes 2-0 as Trout again covers up a loose puck off the draw. Winners, a goal yesterday, an assist yesterday, another goal today. Rosemarie Giarusso, an assist yesterday, a goal and an assist today. Molly Coral, a couple of assists today. Some of the names I guess you would throw around.
Oof, can you give it to everybody? I don't know.
Tiffany Heron had 2 goals during the tournament and an assist, so maybe the freshman a candidate. Really a lot of viable candidates on this St. Anselm team as the final buzzer sounds. And Janice Michaud, the freshman goaltender, her first win and a shutout. A 4-0 win over St. Benedict here this afternoon.
Could you have scripted it any better? And then you said mentioning about any more award ceremony after the game. I'm kind of glad we don't have to decide. There's so many worthy candidates from excellent play by the St. Anselm Hawks, only team in the tournament to go 2-0. Very quality play all the way around.
A terrific weekend for the Hawks, a 5-2 win over St. Scholastica yesterday. They close it out with a 4-0 win over St. Benedict today. Take you back quickly through the scoring. Courtney Winters in the first, assisted by Molly Coral, Rosemarie Giarusso. In the third, Bridget Sylvester, assisted by Franny Nicholson. First point of the year and first point of the career for Nicholson. Then Rosemarie Giarusso on the power play, assisted by Coral on a nice one-time shot. Jacqueline Bouchy an assist as well there. And then Tiffany Heron, a shorthanded breakaway goal to cap it all off for the Hawks. A terrific tournament weekend for St. Anselm. They will be on the road next week, January 10th at Bowdoin College. That is the next road game for the Hawks. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night as the men's hockey team returns here to Sullivan Arena. So until next Friday, my name is Ben Ultra for Griffin Spencer and all of us here at St. Anselm Athletics. We'll see you next time at StAnselmHawks.tv, powered by the PAC Network.